Season of Discovery Phase 2 is finally here, and I want to take a look at what our best in slot is going to be for Rogues. Starting off then with the top, we've got the glowing neuro-linked cowl. This is from leatherworking, and I do advise that you always take leatherworking. It does seem to be going on every phase now that they're going to be adding new items depending on what gear you're wearing, tailoring, leatherworking, blacksmithing. Engineering would be another good profession, or enchanting on the second one. More on those later. But let's have a look at this then. So, it's going to improve our chance to hit by 1%, which is fantastic. And when we use it on a 10-minute cooldown, unfortunately, it's going to inflict a neurological or logical shock, instantly dealing some damage to yourself, but also increasing your melee and range attack speed by 20% for 10 seconds, which is really, really good. We've got a lot of strength, agility, and stamina on here as well. On the neck piece then, we're going to be going with the Nomagon Peace Officer's Talk, increasing just stamina, no agility unfortunately, but it does increase our crit chance by 1% and give us 16 attack power. And it is interesting, somebody actually commented on one of my other videos saying how it's interesting how there's minimal base stats on a lot of these items, and I think some classes have it really, really good, and other classes are, well, been flushed down the toilet, really. Is Rogue one of them? Wait and find out. So, Mantle of the Cunning Negotiator on the shoulders, very simple here, 14 agility, 11 stamina, not really that exciting. For the cloak, actually really interestingly, the best in slot item I can find is actually from Nimar the Slayer in Arathi Highlands. Most of the other classes, it's all from Nomagon. This one actually has something really, really good in Arathi. Now there is of course the Blood Drench Cape giving you another 1% crit, and that is from Nomagon. We don't know what bosses yet. However, I would need to sim this, and I am going to be doing a full biz and pre-biz and interesting items while you're leveling up guide. I'm going to do it all in one once the patch actually launches as well. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Yeah, that's all I've got to say on that really. On to the next item. And that is going to be the insulated chest guard. So this is an insulated set. There's 3 of them. Looking, of course, first at the chest piece, we can see then it is mostly focused towards, well, technically rogues and druids. I do wish they had have kind of made it a bit better for purely just rogues, or purely just, I feel like druids have got, this is what I mean, rogues have been flushed down the toilet on this one, whereas druids have got a lot more. So you can see here, it's going to give us some agility, strength, and stamina, and increase, again, our crit chance by 1%. It does increase daggers +3, wowee, which is better than it sounds, but still, the set bonus giving 20 attack power in cat bear and dire bear form, just for druids. Whereas rogues get nothing, but it's still our best in slot. I mean, come on now, like, that's ridiculous. So I'm not happy. Are you happy about this? Do you think, you know, I'm having a tantrum for nothing? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear your opinions. There is the Forest Stalker's braces on the braces. It is Warsong Outriders Exalted, so if you're Alliance or you just think, oh, fuck that, then basically you can get the ornate dark iron bangles instead, increasing hit by 1% and damage by 9, which are pretty good as well. Not as good as these. Oh, to be honest, actually, 14 agility, and then versus this. Again, I think it's going to be a simmer. We're going to have to sim this one. Could be either one on this. Going on to the weapons then, something we definitely know is best is that your fist weapon. So again, looking at that set bonus from the free set, it's not even a dagger in our main hand. It's actually Mechatorx Arcano Shredder. This has got a little bit of agility and strength. The main thing is that when you have a chance on hit to discharge a blast of arcane energy, dealing 30 arcane damage, reducing all resistances by 45 and increasing all spell damage taken by 6% for 20 seconds. Which is really, really interesting. When it says reducing all resistances by 45 and increasing the spell damage, is that on us or is that on the attacker? Actually not that clear on the tooltip there. And we've got the Toxic Revenger 2 on the other hand, dealing nature damage every 5 seconds to an enemy in 8 yards radius around the caster, which is quite interesting again. And again, no real base stats on these, which would have been nice if they had have given us some. Machinist's gloves, however, are fantastic. You can see the equip at the bottom here is adding 30 attack power when fighting mechanical units, meaning once we're in Nomagon, I think I keep saying Mechanon, it's actually Nomagon. Yeah, we're going to get 30 attack power when going up against those mechanical units, which is massive in Nomagon. Like I said before with the engineering as a second profession, this is why. The hyperconductive gold wrap is basically a coin flip. You roll heads, 10% increased crit chance in the next 30 seconds. Tails, extra movement speed. It does also give you another 1% base crit chance and improves your hit chance by 1% as well. You can see here they're really starting to add a lot of hit chance, which I think is fantastic, because it does actually mean that we are getting ever closer to that hit cap, where in phase 1 it was basically impossible. And, you know, will we hit it now? Maybe, maybe not. With all the different gear we can get, probably not. However, we are getting a lot closer to it, which I think is a really fantastic move, obviously in the right direction. Legs and boots is going to be the other two insulated pieces for that set that I was talking about. Protector's band from phase 1 PvP. You can stick with this for phase 2 as well. It's actually quite good. Same if you're on Horde. And then the other one you're going to use is actually a new unique equipped. And this is the Hypercharged Gear of Devastation. So there's a few different ones. We're going to be using the Devastation one for Rogues. This is going to give strength, agility, and stamina, and some nature and arcane resistance, which is really, really good. So we can also, talking of unique equipped, still use our Avengers Void Pearl. If you don't know what this is, because you're just coming into the game now in phase 2, this is from Akame at the end of Black Fathom Deeps, the raid in phase 1, which is still really good to do while you're leveling from 25 to 40, by the way. It's an absolute ton of experience. So do still try and get that, but it's the same sort of thing, you know, you get you can only choose one of them. On the trinket then, the other trinket, we've got the Gyromatic Experiment 420B, frost resistance on there, increasing the use is increasing your attack speed by 5%, and you may be able to push the experiment further. I don't know what this does exactly. However, there is also another 18 attack power on here, making it absolutely best in slot. Last but not least is Falco's Sting on the crossbow, because it gives us 8 agility, which is, of course, voila, chef's kiss. We love to see it. And that is pretty much it for gearing the Rogue. So, like I said, phase 2 is just about here. And if you do have any questions about the UI, about the add-ons, you know, that you might be using, of course there's none in this picture or behind me, and if you have any questions about the classes, rotations, I'm going to be doing guides, of course, so do subscribe. But if you have any questions at all, whether it's classic retail, no question big or too small, I'm here to help. Join my Discord down below, where we've got now over 2,000 other WoW members who are all a lot of beginners, some intermediate and very expert people as well, who are really determined and passionate about actually helping new people and players, and, you know, no pressure, etc. So do please join down below if that sounds something that you would be interested in. And also do let me know your comments down below, because I'm really interested to see what you think about all of this gear. If you do want to go the extra step further and support me, which helps me in turn put out more of these videos, you can actually consider joining my Patreon or YouTube membership program, where you actually get access to my retail and classic UI through import, and you can open a VIP ticket in my Discord where you can actually, with one-on-one of me, I will actually help you set up your UI, add-ons, anything you need. All right, guys, I will see you in phase 2.